I love you.
If I can't deliver, I'm going to step down myself. She won't have to fire me. I'll step away from it, because then I can't do this job.
That was magic. That was magic last year. Last night, he did just that. Never a dull moment on SportsCenter AM. Nicole Briscoe, Randy Scott with you. It's Wednesday morning. We knew we'd start with a legend walking away. The surprise we got was which legend we'd start with.
Yeah, this is not what we saw coming from the Lakers. Of course, this is a developing story. Magic Johnson is out as president of basketball operations, his own doing, about 2 hours before the Lakers game against the Blazers, which was a loss, by the way. Magic announced his departure teary-eyed and effective immediately at the press conference before he told the Lakers organization. He said he was afraid Jeannie Buss would talk him into staying.
Been thinking about the great meetings I had with Jeannie the last couple of days. And, I love her as a sister. And so today I'm going to step down as a president. And I think I don't want to, her and I have such an amazing relationship. And I think that she gave me full power to do what I wanted to do. She doesn't know I'm standing here because I know I would be crying like a baby in front of her, even though I'm about to cry now. But it's the right thing to do, right move to make. And then that way he can stay in place, hopefully build the team, coach the team the right way. And also, what I didn't like is the backstabbing and the whispering. I don't like that. I don't like a lot of things that went on that didn't have to go on.
Have you had any communication with LeBron about this?
No.
What would you say to him?
I would just tell him, that I'm going back to doing my community work that's important to me, that I missed a lot of it. I want to go back having fun. I want to go back being who I was before taking on this job. And we're halfway there with LeBron coming. I think this summer with that other star coming in, whoever's going to bring him in, I think this team is going to be in position to really contend for championships.
Here's the thing. Sources say the franchise is now, quote, paralyzed by Magic's decision, but that did not stop them from having an all-hands-on-deck meeting immediately involving Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and others. It did not stop the Lakers also from releasing a statement that said there is no greater Los Angeles Laker than Earvin Johnson. We are deeply grateful to Magic for all that he has done for our franchise as a player, an ambassador, and an executive. We thank him for his work these past 2 years and wish his family all the best with their next steps. He will always not only be a Lakers icon, but our family. As we begin the process of moving forward, we will work in a measured and methodical fashion to make the right moves for the future of the organization. And then Jeannie Buss tweeted this: I loved working side by side with you. You brought us a long way. You can hear him laughing. That's Woj. We'll talk to him in a second. We'll continue the journey. We love you. Okay.
Yeah, you've heard him and now you see him. He's our senior NBA insider, Adrian Wojnarowski, with us on SportsCenter AM. So Dave McMenamin said last night he was told LeBron was stopped dead in his tracks in the locker room when he heard this news. Why did Magic decide now was the time to step down?
Well, Randy, you mentioned LeBron James, and I was told that there was a meeting on Saturday morning between LeBron James and his agent, Rich Paul, and Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson, and that LeBron's side had no idea that Magic was close to just bailing on this organization. But it shocked not only people internally, but externally. I have never seen a reaction around the league that I saw last night from Magic Johnson, walking into the arena, quitting the job on the spot before he even told Jeannie Buss he was walking out.
There's so many questions I now have out of this, but one, it involves just what it means for everyone else involved in the organization, because you've got Luke Walton, you have Rob Pelinka. So what does it mean for those two?
I think Luke Walton right now might be the safest high-profile executive of all in this Laker organization. And, certainly he has been a favorite and of Jeannie Buss, and she has protected him, through these last couple of years when Magic and Rob Pelinka have wanted to move him out. And right on the brink of that, she gave Magic permission to do it. He quit before he would have probably fired Walton today. Rob Pelinka's future is much dicier. You know, he was attached to Magic Johnson. Kobe Bryant was he was Kobe Bryant's agent throughout his playing career. Kobe's support was important for Rob Pelinka to be in the position he's in. But the Lakers now have to look at going to find a savior for this organization, but somebody who is competent, who can do this job. And despite all of this, the Lakers are still the most attractive front office position, maybe in all of professional sports. This is still a place you can win big. They can go get any executive they want in the league. One name that you're going to hear, Bob Myers in Golden State. Listen, this is the man who built that dynasty with the Warriors. And Jeannie Buss's first call probably should be up north in California to see if she can pry him loose.
Okay, but that's a dynasty that has some miles left, right? The Lakers are starting at the starting line, so to speak. So how attractive is it to free agents now? How imperative is it for this franchise to get its house in order before this?
Just so that they're attractive.
This pivotal offseason. It's one thing to be attractive to executives. It's another to be attractive to players.
Well, it starts with an organization. Players are savvy, and they want to know that they're going to a place that organizationally is strong. The Clippers have put a tremendous organization together in the same building. Lawrence Frank, Doc Rivers, and they have been very attractive to they will be attractive to free agents. They're the front runner for Kawhi Leonard. The Lakers right now, and as they were previously constituted with Magic Johnson at the top, they were not a front runner for any top free agent. So they have time here to try to put this back together and put a figurehead at the top of that organization that can get them back in. They've got a lot of work left to do.
Quickly, there was one thing that Magic said in that soundbite that we heard. He talked about backstabbing and infighting. To what is he referring? What can we read into that?
Well, I think certainly around the league, whether it was tampering, the Lakers, a lot of teams in the league were very sensitive toward LA and felt they had been tampering with star players all over the league the last few years. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. I think certainly he's talking about it externally. Only he can answer about what he felt internally, where that was going on with his program.
We said earlier, this is a developing story. We will have much more from Woj and others around the NBA as this continues to be a talking point this morning on SportsCenter.
It was, of course, a game to be played moments after Magic made his announcement. There is Luke Walton, and who knows where his head is at. We know where LeBron is. He's on the bench. He's out for the remainder of the season. Final seconds, tie game, tie no more. Mo Harkless. How could you be Mo Harkless? First game winner for any Blazer since Dame Lillard game 6 in 2014. Here's more from Walton.
Before we get started, I want to put out there we're not going to talk about the Magic message from earlier. I found out the same time you guys did, and we've been here to play and compete for a game. So I'm in here to talk to you guys about our guys, the game tonight, and a little bit about the season. But I hope you respect the fact we're not going to go into the Magic comments from earlier.
Magic comments from earlier.
Comments, yeah, resignation among others. Under Magic, the Lakers won only 42% of their games. That puts them among the bottom 5 teams in the Western Conference. They've struggled at home. 4 different 5-game losing streaks at Staples Center. As for postseason success, what postseason success? LA has not reached the playoffs since 2013. Far from done with Magic's disappearing act on SportsCenter AM. We're going to hear from Magic Johnson himself. Don't miss what he told Rachel Nichols about why he didn't tell Jeannie Buss that he was walking away from the Lakers before he told the media.
From the injury news department, a couple of boo-boos, one a little less timely than the other, including Steph Curry. This is the less timely one because he has a sprained ankle. It happened in the first quarter against the Pelicans, yet he did actually stay in the game for a bit, hit a jumper, and then asked out. The good news here is that Steve Kerr said Steph will miss tonight's game as was planned, but then, quote, we think he's going to be fine for the playoffs, which obviously start.
Nobody, and I mean nobody, expected Magic Johnson, who's not known as a quitter. Right. No one expected the guy that the Magic Johnson that we know and love, the champion, the Hall of Famer, the guy that recruited LeBron to come to Los Angeles, got him to sign a 4-year, $453 million deal with no out. No one would expect Magic Johnson to quit.
It's the headline of the morning. Magic Johnson is out as the Lakers president of basketball operations, his own doing, and his own surprise for literally just about everyone, including the other Lakers executives.
Forget 2 weeks' notice. No. He gave 0 weeks' notice. The controlling owner of the team, Jeannie Buss, she found out when we did. Something Magic explained, kind of, to Rachel Nichols.
You just shocked everyone. Did you see everyone's faces when you stood up there and then said that sentence and said, I am stepping down as president of basketball operations?
Well, I'm happy, though, you know, and I'm happy that I came to this decision and I can go back being Magic Johnson. So I just had to get back to being me.
Do you think you owed it to Jeannie to tell her first?
I wouldn't be here doing this. Because I know her, we would have cried and I would have felt guilty and I would have stayed.
So you told us first because you didn't want her to talk you out of it?
Yeah, exactly. And she can understand that.
Do you feel that you are leaving Jeannie or the Lakers or LeBron in a lurch a little bit?
No,
that you said you were going to be here for at least another year?
No, I think that, you know, LeBron signed because he saw that the Lakers were building something special. He could be a part of that. He's still going to be a part of that. We're going to be back in the Western Conference Final next year if the right player come and then the right role player come.
You mentioned when you were talking to the group that you were sick of the backstabbing. What did you mean?
Well, you know.
A little bit. Give me a little bit.
No, I can't because that's not what we do here.
Do you feel it was within the organization, though?
It's around.
Okay. Okay.
It's around.
You said that Jeannie means so much to you. You said you didn't want to disappoint her by having to make a decision about Luke that you knew would make her unhappy. Mm-hmm. When you guys had meetings the past few days,
she gave me the power.
Okay.
That was yesterday. She gave me the power. But you have to remember, she loved him. She loved me. She was in a tough spot no matter what.
Were you preparing to let him go?
Yeah, I was prepared to make that decision. It was going to be tough for her because she loves him, loved me. And I was already saying, you know what? Really, Irvin? Are you really happy? Right? So when I decided I wasn't, and then I didn't want to put her in a position like this. And so this was the right move to make. And I've never been so relieved.
Is Magic Johnson the greatest Laker? You can make that argument, right? So he's laughing about a move that's now paralyzed his organization? Those are words, right? Okay, anyway. What's his greatest success with the Lakers in this role? Some would say it's maybe bringing in LeBron. But even with LeBron, the success on the court, it was just never there for the Lakers. They won 79 games during his tenure, fifth fewest in the Western Conference.
All right, Magic is a Hall of Famer. So are these two. Two legends we knew would be saying goodbye. We start with Dwayne Wade, his final regular season game in Miami. The same for Dirk. We'll get to that in a moment. We start South Beach swag for D. Wade rolling in. Here's how he addressed the crowd.
Y'all not about to make me cry before this game. So as this season's been about me, I've enjoyed this season with you guys, man. I got some brothers that will always be my brothers. I love you guys, man. All right? Heat Nation, thank you. Love you guys.
All right, his 575th home game in that uniform in Miami, taking a lap around the game. And then once the game starts, this is a set play. Look at this thing. It's beautiful. That's how you start a game. You get D. Wade to dunk. Old legs can still get up for the get down there. Eric Spoelstra said, I'm truly amazed that he was able to perform like that. He's always been able to compartmentalize, but to perform like that. Couple up fakes, heat up 14. This is a Sixers team that's already locked into the 3 seed. So here goes D. Wade, baseline, lay that home, 14 points in the first half, 5 of 10 shooting. Spoelstra said it was just a beautiful night. The team found out in the third quarter they'd been eliminated from the playoffs because Detroit won. So then it was just about having fun. 15 seasons a teammate with Udonis Haslem. They're out there to start it. Wade's going to finish this thing. All right, let's get to 21 points. He's got 20 in 3 straight games, longest streak of the season. He made his first start of the season last night. So, yeah, we're going to bank home some 3. You think he knows that rim? You think he knows that backboard a little bit? 24, make it 27. Step back, find the 3-point line. All net, no rim. His wife, Gabriel Union, they work out together. You might have seen something about it. We're at 27. Do we have 30? We do. For the 215th time in his career, he gets the 30, and then jerseys for all of his teammates. And then you address the fans, and you take 2 tries at a dismount. Watch. Maybe a few more box jumps in that commercial with Gabriel Union. The vert might need work. The scoring does not. 30th all-time on the career scoring list. One of 3 active players to score 20,000 points with one franchise. LeBron and Dirk the others. Wade has also been a two-way player, always. Most career blocks by a guard since the stat became official. Passed Michael Jordan for that honor back in March. And Wade has a scoring title, a Finals MVP, and an All-Star MVP on his resume. Only 8 other players in league history can say it, including LeBron, Jordan, and Wilt Chamberlain.
Suns and Mavs, and Dirk Nowitzki never officially shared his retirement plans because he didn't want the farewell tour. Well, he finally did, and this is his final home game in Dallas, greeted by hundreds of arena employees before the game, and then vintage Dirk. Check that one out, mid-range. Knocking down the 3. This is a guy who spent 21 seasons with the Mavs. He's joked several times this year about his relationship with Doncic. Look at that. Nowitzki had the first 10 points for the Mavs, and before the game, look, he still got it. He still got it. So then watch, in the game, Dwight Powell bounces one to Dirk. 2 hands, throwing it down. He actually cried mid-court just before the beginning of the second quarter. This is the most accomplished European player in NBA history. Late in the fourth, another mid-range jumper. Dude finished with 30 points. Mavericks win 120-109. Celebration wasn't done. Dirk's final game is going to be tonight in San Antonio, but this is what got him. The shock when he saw the assembly of players on the floor for him. Charles Barkley, Scottie Pippen, Larry Bird, and Shawn Kemp, for the legacy that is Dirk.
When I met Dirk Nowitzki, he was 18 years old. We were playing in an exhibition in Germany. He scored 26 the first half on me. And I said, son, who the hell are you?
To put things in real perspective, I was 15 when Dirk came in the league. Now I'm 62.
I'll promise you, we will put the biggest, most badass statue ever.
Wow, I'm a little overwhelmed, as you would think. As you guys might expect, this was my last home game. Yeah. You know, I'll never be gone. I'll stay here. This is my new home. I left Germany over 20 years ago, and I became a Texan. So thank you guys for having me, and we'll see you soon.
Well, and that is how it ends at home for both Dirk, and then we had the Dwayne Wade highlight before that. Dirk, 30 in that game, takes him to 15,983 in Dallas. Only Karl Malone with the Jazz and Kobe with the Lakers scored more points at home with a single franchise. Dwayne Wade ends his career with 11,249 points in Miami. That's more than twice as many as any other Heat player has scored in a Miami